Hey everyone, this is Fantasy and Frames. I'm your host, Zach at FF Chupa Batman. We are doing Beat the Waiver Wire for one last time. That is right, you are about to start your semifinal matchups. So I'm here to get you ready for the championship week, hopefully, though you might be in the third place game. And just a reminder, these are players that are rostered in less than 50% of ESPN leagues. So I'm trying to cover as many people as possible. So we'll get started right away with the players. Normally, I got a nice graphic for you all, but I just want to cover as many players as possible that you might need to pick up. Hopefully, honestly, you don't need to pick up anybody, but we know injuries happen. We know weather is crazy, as we're seeing right now in Week 16. So go ahead and take a look and see if you can pick up any of these players. Maybe you're playing defense against your opponent, or maybe you're just stashing just in case. So at quarterback, we have Brock Purdy. He's 27% rostered, and he gets Las Vegas in Week 17. We also have quarterback Gardner Minshew, 17% rostered. He gets New Orleans next week. There's no guarantee that Jalen Hurts plays again this regular season, depending on what happens in Week 16, playoff implications, all of that. So you may want to stash Minshew just in case, or maybe you just want to keep him away from your opponent. Running back James Cook, just under 47% rostered. He's at Cincinnati. You're probably not going to start him next week unless something happens to Singletary, but you just never know going into the week. One of my favorite pickups, Tyler Algier, running back, Atlanta Falcons, 39% rostered. He gets an amazing matchup next week at home against the Arizona Cardinals. So no matter what, if Algier is on your waiver wire, pick him up now for free. Don't chase it. And yeah, you might be able to start him next week in that great matchup. Also at running back, Alexander Mattison, 21% rostered. He's at Green Bay next week. I keep talking about him. I think I've talked about him for over a month now. He's just the best handcuff running back left on the waiver wire. So if anything happens to Dalvin Cook this week, everyone left in your league is going to be trying to get Madison. So just get him down for free. In the same vein, not as good as Madison, though, is Joshua Kelly, only 5% rostered. He's got a great matchup next week against the LA Rams. God forbid anything happens to Eckler this week, then Kelly would be probably assuming most of the carries for the Chargers. At wide receiver, we have Jahan Dotson, 29% rostered. He gets Cleveland next week. He just seems to be a magnet for a touchdown, so he's a good stash candidate in a decent matchup. Not as exciting, but wide receiver Chris Moore, 14% rostered. He gets Jacksonville next week. Nico Collins just went on IR. Who knows if Brandon Cooks is going to play again? You could do worse than Chris Moore if you're in a tight spot with injuries. Wide receiver KJ Osborne, just under 7% roster. He's at Green Bay next week. Don't love Osborne, but he is an option. Who knows what happens to Thielen? Definitely don't want anything to happen to Justin Jefferson. But we saw if the Vikings have to throw a lot, then Osborne can get plenty of targets. And then probably the most important player/team on this list is going to be your DSTs, because that's probably what you're going to be streaming the most. So get ahead of it now. Get them for free right now. The Chargers, they're 21% rostered. They get the LA Rams next week. The Rams have nobody left on offense. The Chargers should dominate them. You also have the Jaguars. They're 15% rostered. They're at Houston next week. Been a great matchup for DSTs. And then finally, a sneaky option is the Lions. They're just under 5% rostered, and they get Chicago. So I know Justin Fields has been playing well, but they're going to be at home, the Lions. They're great against the run, and Chicago can really only run the ball. So if they're able to contain the run, which I know is hard to do with Fields, but if that's what they can do, then I don't think they're going to be giving up too many points to the Bears. So I like them as a sneaky matchup. So good luck in your matchups. Make sure you check out our website, fantasyandframes.com, for all of our great articles every week, as well as our rankings. Make sure you hit the like button for this video. Great way to support us, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the great content coming out from the guys. We have you covered for Redraft, Dynasty, DFS, and IDP. Thanks again, guys. Have a great holidays. Thanks for watching me all season. I appreciate the support. I hope you win some championships. Let me know. Feel free to message me or tweet at me. And yeah, hope you guys had a great season, and we're ready to get ready for the offseason and get you guys ready for the next championship in 2023. Have a good one.